Hey friends, it's Shay here. Welcome back to my channel where I share all things motherhood, lifestyle, and beauty. If you're new here and that's something that interests you, hit that subscribe button below. It doesn't matter if you are a mother that is working or a mother who stays home with their children. Meal planning is so important. It will save you time and money. I just wanted to share with you guys my process and what I do to save money and to save time when I am meal planning. So what I did before I even began planning out my meals for the week or just meal planning in general is I wrote down an outline of the type of meals that we want to make. So my husband and I really try our very best to eat as healthy as we can. So we want to have a variety of different types of meals throughout the week. So I'll share quickly with you guys what our outline looks like. So on Mondays we have low carbs with meat and veggies. And on Tuesdays, of course, it's leftovers. And then Wednesdays, we have a vegetarian meal, really a vegan meal because we don't eat dairy. So a vegan meal with high fat and protein. On Thursdays, we have leftovers, of course. So we have a vegan meal twice a week. And then on Fridays, we have fish, whatever fish we decide to buy that week, and carbs and veggies. On Saturdays, we have leftovers. And on Sundays, for the most part, we're eating with other people. So I might cook something small. I mean, I might be like a type of potluck where we have Sunday dinner with our friends. So that is pretty much the outline and how I plan out my meals. So now that I know the type of meals I'm making each day, it makes it easier to choose what food I'm gonna cook. So after you do the outline, the next thing you wanna do is list out your meal options. Just list out the meals that your family likes, things that you like to cook. Just list out a few options that you can choose from throughout the week. Comment down below what your favorite meal is to make for your family. I'm actually looking for more options, some more variety. So if you guys want to share what your favorite meal is to cook for your family, comment down below. Now personally, I do not cook 3 times a day. I'm not that person. I do not cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner. For the most part, I'll cook breakfast every day for the most part, but it's really something simple like eggs, and I'll just either do scrambled or an omelet or an egg sandwich, whatever I'm feeling that day. So breakfast is pretty easy for me, and I'll show you guys what my options are in my list just to give you guys an idea. And for lunch, for the most part, we have leftovers or whatever I can whip up really quick. I do not cook lunch. I'm not about to make 3 meals a day. That's just not me. So now that you have your outline and now you have your meal options, the next thing you want to do when actually sitting down to plan your meals for the week or the month, however you want to do it. So what I like to do is just look at my inventory. What do I have in my cabinets in my fridge right now? So once I see the items that I have in my fridge and inside my cabinet, I just compare that with my meal options to see what I can make from the things I already have. The goal is to not always have to buy every single item for which you're going to cook that day or that week, and use already what you have inside of your cabinets and inside of your fridge. So once you figure out the meals that you're going to make for the week and the items that you already have, now you want to make a grocery list of obviously the items that you don't have that you will need for your meals that week. Make sure you stay to the end of this video because I will share with you guys how I save money when we go grocery shopping and how I minimize our food waste. So I recently started planning out my meals for the month using that same outline that I showed you guys. I know that on Mondays we're gonna have meat and low carbs, so I just pick a meal that has meat and low carbs in it. And that way I'm able to plan out the entire month. And I just started doing this. This is actually my first time planning out a whole month of meals, and I'm excited to see how it goes so far. So once you have your meal plan for the week, you want to just make sure that it's somewhere where you can see it. I like to put it on my magnetic menu that I have in my fridge, and I really like it because I know exactly what I'm making throughout the week, and it's a great reference. And also a reference from my husband, so he doesn't always have to ask me,
what are we having for dinner tonight?
Now before we continue, if you are enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. So like I said, I told you I would share with you guys how I save money grocery shopping and how I minimize our food waste. So we save a lot of money on groceries because of what I told you guys about how I make a list of the things we need for our meals that week. So I don't buy anything that we don't need for the meals. Only what we need, and of course staple items like milk and eggs, stuff like that. but I only buy what is necessary for the meals that I'm making that week. That way I'm not buying unnecessary items and wasting money. Another way to save money on your groceries is to keep an inventory on what you have in your kitchen or your pantry. When you do this, again, you won't buy things that you don't need. And you really want to do this with staple items that you use all the time when you cook. So for example, for me, I always use onions and garlic and peppers and things like that. So if I notice that, okay, I already have a few onions, I don't need to buy any more onions, okay? So just keeping track of that inventory so that you're not buying so many things and then things start to go bad because you have an excess amount. Another bonus tip I also told you guys I would share with you is how we minimize our food waste. I just started doing this, I shared this in my previous video, and that is to put a use up and a leftover list on my fridge. So I use the same menu that I spoke to you guys about before, and on one side I write use up, and on this side are a list of items in the fridge that need to be used up before they go bad. So these are things like veggies and other produce. Now on the other side I have leftovers. So a lot of times when I cook, we have leftovers the next day, and sometimes we still have leftovers the next day. I personally don't really enjoy eating the same thing every single day. I like to switch it up a little bit, you know? So I like to put a list of the leftovers that we have so that they don't go bad, which has happened. But I'm hoping that with using this method, we will continue to minimize food waste in our house. My husband really does not like wasting food. I mean, no one should like it, but he really doesn't like it. Like, that is one of his pet peeves, is wasting food. Like, this guy licks his plate clean every single time he eats. He does not want one grain of rice left on his plate. No food goes to waste. So if you're not doing this, at least try to have a use of and a leftover column somewhere. Just write it down so that your family knows what leftovers are in the fridge, what things they need to eat and use up before they go bad. I really wanted to share this simple meal planning process with you guys, and hopefully it helps you to save money and time when you are feeding your family. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends, and also subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much, and I can't wait to see you in my next video.